Okay, we are going to read Curious George Goes to an Ice Cream Shop. George and his friends were cleaning the house. "We've had a hard day," said the man. "Let's treat ourselves to some ice cream." "Look, George, there's a new ice cream place in town," said the man with the yellow hat. "Let's give it a try." "We've come to try your ice cream," the man said to the owner. "I'm glad someone had," said Mr. Herb. "Come on in. I just opened the place and no one knows I'm here yet." "Well, I'll have a strawberry cone," said the man with the yellow hat. Mr. Herb dipped out a scoop of strawberry. George was curious. Could he scoop ice cream too? Uh-oh, George. "I have some errands to do, George," said the man. "Stay here until I come back. You can have some ice cream, but don't get into trouble." "Take your time deciding, George," said Mr. Herb. "I'll start on a special order I have to fill." George couldn't make up his mind. There were so many flavors to choose from. Mr. Herb was busy filling a bowl with ice cream. "This is my first big order. It's for a party and it has to be just right." Just then the phone rang. "That might be another order," said Mr. Herb, and he went to answer it. The next thing you know, George had climbed under the counter and picked up the scoop. Uh-oh, that's not good. He dipped into the banana ice cream and put it in the bowl. Then he dug into the strawberry, the nutty walnut, the raspberry, and the chocolate. Soon there was a mountain of ice cream in the bowl. George was just about to put vanilla on top of peppermint when... "George!" Mr. Herb yelled. "That's not what my customer ordered." Oh, he's so mad. "Now I have to start all over again," he said. "Get away from here." Mr. Herb was angry. He is very angry. Look at that face. George was scared. Uh-oh. He ran over to the other counter in front of the window. There were jars of cherries, nuts, coconut, whipped cream, and all kinds of sauces. There was even a bowl of bananas. George put some bananas in a dish. Then he added raspberries, chocolate chips, and whipped cream. George was getting hungry. Suddenly, there was a tapping at the window. George turned around. Outside, there was a crowd watching. "Add some nuts, George," called a boy. "Try the sprinkles," said a girl. "Don't forget the cherry on top." How could George forget the cherry? That's quite the ice cream, isn't it? Just as George was about to taste his masterpiece, Mr. Herb came in. He was still angry. But before Mr. Herb could scold George, the crowd rushed in. "I'd like a raspberry sundae," said a man. "I'll have a banana split," said another. Mr. Herb could hardly keep up. The orders kept pouring in. Finally, everyone was served. "Thanks for all those customers, George," Mr. Herb said. "You messed up my big order, but you sure made up for it." Just then, the man with the yellow hat came back. "Have you finally decided what flavor you want, George?" "He sure did," said Mr. Herb. Uh-oh, what kind do you think it's going to be? Banana? I don't know. Oh, a little bit of everything. Oh, George. The end. Okay, everybody, I hope you enjoyed the book. I just want to show you the activities that were in your packet to go along with our theme of pets today. So you had a paper plate in there, and you had things on it to cut out to make a puppy. And there were some white ears, so there's 2 of those, and they're a little bit smaller pink ears. So if you want to have pink inside of your puppy ears, you could cut those out and glue them on. And then there was a little nose, And there were also some big giant eyes. You don't have to use those ones. You could draw your own eyes or do whatever. But you're going to cut out your ears and glue it on, your nose, your eyes. But I left them white because I thought you might like to color or do something special. Maybe you want to make your puppy same color as your dog that you have at home if you have one. Maybe you want to make it a black and white spotted one like a Dalmatian, or maybe you want to make a rainbow dog. I don't know. So I left it white so you could color, paint, you could do whatever. You could just kind of do your own kind of dog. Also in the packet, we had some pets, and it's patterning, kind of like what we did yesterday. And you're just gonna cut the pictures at the bottom, then glue them where they're going to go and finish the pattern. So see if you guys can figure that one out. They're kind of cute. See if you could figure what kind of pets you would like to have on that paper and what kind of pets you wouldn't like to have. I bet you can look at it and figure out which one Miss Angie doesn't like, because you know I don't like snakes. All right, I have a fishbowl one. And we only have one pet fish in our class. This one is, you're going to finish the alphabet. This is going to be a little bit hard. So I don't know, maybe if you have an alphabet written out somewhere, or your mom or your dad can print out just a regular alphabet, and you could print in, it starts with A, what's going to be the next letter? It's going to be a B, so you're going to write it. This is going to be a little tricky for some of you. So parents, if you want to just print out a regular alphabet and they can look at it, but it's good practice for writing their letters too. And this one is all capital letters. And just put a fun one in there, just because we talk about birds. Nobody in our class had a bird, but it was a fun color by number, and I just thought that made something fun to do, color. I don't know, maybe if you're just want something to do in the afternoon or whatever. But those are our activities for today. I hope you liked it. Tomorrow, come on back. We're going to talk about the letter R. Bye, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.